Hi, friends. We've been learning about where we live. And one of the things that we find a lot when we talk about places where people live, where people go, are maps. And maps let us know what is around us and a lot of times how to get there. They'll give us directions. They'll help us make directions of how to get from maybe our house to the store. So I have a book called Me on the Map. So I want us to take a look at a couple of different maps and then maybe we can make one. So the name of our book is Me on the Map, and our author, the person who wrote the story, is Joan Sweeney, and our illustrator, the person who drew the pictures, is Annette Cable. This is me. This is my room. This is me. This is a map of my room. This is me on the map of my room. So look, this was her room, and she made a map. So we see where her bed is, and her chair, her rugs, right? Her end table. So everything that she put in her map were things that were in her room. This is my house. This is a map of my house. This is my room on the map of my house. So she took her house and she made a map of all the different rooms and where they are in her house. And then she labeled them: my brother's room, bathroom, my dad and mom's room, my room, the living room, the kitchen, and the garage. This is my street. This is a map of my street. This is my house on the map of my street. So again, she looked at her street, right? And then she drew a map of her street. So let's see. Oak Street is the name of the street she lives on. And this is her house. And the other house is on the same side of her block. And then these are the houses that are across the street from her. Pretty cool, right? This is my town. This is a map of my town. This is my street on the map of my town. So this is her town, right? Where she lives and where she goes to school and where she goes shopping. And this is a map that's drawn of her town. So let's see if we can find her street. She was Oak Street. So let's see if we can find Oak Street. There's Oak Street. There's Oak Street right here. That's the street that she lives on. Let's see the next map. This is my state. So our state is New York. We live in New York State, which is a big, big state. We only live in a small part of New York State. This is the map of my state. This is my town on the map of my state. So her state is a state called Kansas, and that's in the middle of our country. And let's see where her town is. Her town is right here, Pleasant Grove. That's her town in her state. This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country. This is my state on the map of my country. So this is all the states that make up the United States of America. There are 50 of them. We're just one state out of 50 states in the United States of America. So let's see. She lives in Kansas, so that's her state here. Do you want to see our state, New York State? This purple, that's New York State. That's where we live. It's a big state, and we live right about here in the state. That's New York City. This is my world. It is called Earth. It looks like a giant ball. So let's see. If you could unroll the world and make it flat, it would look something like this. So these are all the continents on Earth, right? So we live in North America. That's our continent. And we share the continent with Mexico and Canada. Canada's up here. This is South America. This is another continent. Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And in each of these continents are different countries. And in each of those different countries are states or provinces and towns and villages. This is how I find my special place on the map. First, I look at the map of the world and I find my country. Here's our country, right? The United States of America. Then I look at the map of my country and find my state. That's her state, Kansas. Here's our state, New York. Then I look at the map of my state and I find my town. So that's her town. Our town would be Brooklyn, the borough of Brooklyn in the state of New York. Then I look at the map of my town and I find my street. And on my street, I find my house. And in my house, I find my room. And in my room, I find me. Just think. In rooms and houses, on streets, in towns and countries all over the world, everybody has their own special place on the map. Just like me. Just like me on the map. So I have something fun for us to do. Let's make a map. You can make a map of anything you want. You can make a map of your room. You can make a map of your street. You can make a map of your house. You can make a map of your kitchen. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And we can do our map different ways. We can draw it, like our friend in our story. She drew it. Or you can do it the way I'm going to show you, which is by using paper and putting it on a big piece of paper that represents your room, all the different things that you find in your room. Or you can do it on your street. It's up to you. All right, friends, watch the next video and you'll see how I'm going to make my map.